What's up, guys? Pachata Rockstar here. Thank you for joining us for another Star Realms replay. We break the games down. We try to improve. We try to make you a better player. I make myself a little better player. It's mutual improvement. That's what we're all about. Good times and epic games here as well. We're playing a game here against Ibean, and I probably give it away with the title. Let's check this game out, y'all. All right, here we go. Very first hand, starting off with 2 trade. I'm going to go ahead and pick up that Plague Pod. There's a lot of greens out here that this could potentially combo with later on. Yes, the Explorer scraps, but I think overall this is a better card, and it gives us an opportunity to maybe snag another 1-drop. So, yeah. Good start. Ah, darn it. We flip a Plasma bot. We flip a Destroyer bot. So this is a little unfortunate. My opponent's going second. If they manage to have 5 trade, they could pick up both scrappers, and that would be really bad for us. So we're going to need a little bit of run bad here. We're going to need our opponent to kind of just not draw all the stuff. But they only have 4 trade. Maybe they'll only grab the Destroyer bot or only grab the Plasma bot. And that'll give us a chance to grab it later. And in all likelihood, we're going to have somewhere between 4 and 5 trade. So, I got a good shot. It's dangerous when there's 2 scrappers out there and my opponent could potentially afford it, but it also does increase the likelihood that we'll be able to get one of them. Yeah, so he ends up going with the Destroyer bot. I think that's fine. He ended up only having 3 trade, too. So we have to consider, with 5 trade, what is my opponent going to do? Well, unfortunately, getting the Plasma bot, we have to do it. There's no way I can let my opponent have 2 scrappers, especially when all I have beside it is a freaking Plague Pod. Like, who cares? It's not like I have, like, strong backup. So we're going to have to control this scrap a little bit. And here I think we get pretty lucky. We actually snag 2 1-drops in a row. Unity Fighter gives us another scrap, which is great. It gives us a chance to scrap in the trade row, which is great. You know, Trade Star, another 1-drop, right? That could combo with our Plague Pod. Give us 8 damage, too. Ooh, wouldn't that be sweet? So, we're looking pretty good. You know, we got a lot of cheap cards, but they're high-impact cheap cards, which is nice. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, he's got 2. Oh, and he's definitely got 5 now. Yep. So here's an interesting play. This is going to sound odd, but I think this play cost him the game. And the reason I say that is because, yes, Imperial Defender deals 1 damage, draws a card. Yes, it could potentially combo with, other yellow bases and stuff. But if you have a chance to pick up a Crusher, it's just 6 freaking damage. It's great. He's already got 2 scrappers. He should be going red-green. He should be going aggro scrap. By picking up the Imperial Defender, he's not actually making his deck significantly better. And he's not really furthering a strategy. He's just adding a card that draws. It's a weightless card, which is awesome, but unless he manages to pick up the command center, this card's actually kind of useless. It's certainly not as high impact as just 6 frickin' damage in a card. Remember, you have to kill your opponent, and being able to scrap down means you'll be able to get the Crusher more often, which means you'll be able to deal more damage more often and whittle me down. And as you can see, I'm going to win this game by 1 HP. Spoilers. I really do think this cost him the game. He doesn't know it, but I think in general, getting Crusher is better. Because again, there's also no way I can afford both of these cards. So if I get Imperial Defender, he can get Command Center. If I get Command Center, he can get Imperial Defender. So there's really no downside to taking the Crusher either. All right. And so and the other thing it does is it sort of forces my hand. Because my opponent has picked up the Imperial Defender, I have to get the command center. Right? But then I get another high impact one drop, which is freaking great. So I really like where we're at right now. And so here's another uh, somewhat odd play. Actually, I think it's fine. So he ends up getting the exchange point, which is fine. He's got 2 scrappers. This is a 3rd scrapper. It's a beefy base. It'll sit out there for a while. So my opponent seems to be trying to play a long game, like a scrap-heavy long game, and just kind of win with efficiency. And since I know he's doing that, I'm going to try to kill him before that. I think it's fine. The likelihood of me being able to kill it is pretty low, actually. So I don't mind this play, but it's just a little odd when he has the Imperial Defender and there's a yellow base that he could pair it with, and he decides not to do that. But I get it. I'm okay with this play, and I kind of see where he's going with it. But again, it's going to force my hand as well, right? Like, I have to pick up that this orbital platform again to keep him from docking. Like, I become very hyper aware of docking, as you should, right? Docking is a really powerful effect, but if your opponent can't dock, it's actually underpowered, right? You definitely got to get rid of that factory world. No way in hell I'm letting that beat me. Scrap there to scrap there. So, we're scrapping down pretty good too. It's not bad. Not bad. Yep, he picks up warning beacon. This is fine. And see, now this is also odd, right? If he's going super scrap like I thought he was, why pick up the Lancer? Why not get the recycle bot? Maybe he's getting the Lancer to take care of my bases and keep yellows away from me. So maybe this is more of a hate buy. And I'm not saying I don't like this play. And to be honest, I'm kind of talking myself into the play as we're watching it. But I do feel like this is a little bit counter to his own plan and sort of is trying to stop my plan. And I feel like that's a little counterproductive. Like, the whole point of the deck that he's trying to build here is scrap down like crazy. And missing an opportunity to get another scrapper just to keep a Lancer out of my hand, I think it's only within a few percentage points, but I think RecycleBot is probably the better play here. But I'm okay with it. I'm not opposed to it, but it's one of those things where we want to sort of think about what's our deck's plan, and is it better to inhibit our opponent's plan or further our own? Hard to say. Hard to say. I think it's a very close decision. So I end up getting Convoy Bot, which is super, and then I've got enough trade to go Recycle Bot and Plasma Bot. So we're stealing his plan now. His plan was to scrap hard. Forget it. We're going to scrap hard. Oh, no. See, this is bad. Now, oh, good. Well, at least he misses that one. But he still gets a scrap off. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's Lancer. So, Lancer... Again, I don't hate the play at all. And you could convince me it was a better play. And this sucks. So, again, like... You see his plan, right? The plan is there. Scrap, base, be efficient. Exchange point's going to sit out there forever. It's going to whittle me down slowly but surely. It's going to scrap down and become efficient. Like, I see the plan. I like the plan. All right, we're trying to just scrap down now too. We try to be scrap heavy. So it's a it's an arms race, but it's a scrap race. It's an efficiency race. Ooh, man, we're getting smacked down too. Look at this. But hey, we still managed to scrap. Get rid of that flagship because that's dangerous. That's good. I don't know why I got rid of the Stellar Reef. That was a little odd. I think I should have gotten rid of this um, Nesting Ground because that combos really well. Yeah, I think that was a mistake. I think that was a mistake. I definitely should have gotten rid of the Nesting Ground. This card combos too well with the exchange point. And just enough damage to kill it. Whew. That was lucky. That was lucky. We definitely needed that one. Yep. Yep. And my opponent actually foregoes buying anything. Theoretically, he could have bought another builder bot. But he believes that his efficiency is good enough. And I'm inclined to agree. This card might actually just bloat his deck at this point. So again, Ibean is playing good, you know. I don't necessarily agree with all the plays, but I see the reasoning behind it, and I think his choices are not that far off, you know. Yep. Oh, excellent play. Yep. Gotta get the conversion yard. Scrap that. Take me down as much as you can. There it is. Yep. Yep. How do we win this game? Wow, this is crazy. So we're getting rid of the Plague Pod because the Plague Pod does nothing. It just gives us extra trade that we don't need. But these cards, this will scrap, this will, block. So, gotta do it. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. We gotta be as efficient as possible. Here we go. So, got 24 effective here. So, even though it seems like we're pretty low on life, we're actually not that bad. And we got a good shot if we can run through our deck twice of taking him out. He scraps again. Oh, see, this I take it back, man. I think the Lancer really was the correct play because this Lancer's doing work. And he does manage to get the Crusher later. So, see, but if he had the Crusher before, he would have already cycled through an extra time, maybe even twice, and I would already be dead. So we gotta get lucky, right? 10 HP left. Maybe he doesn't draw something. See, if that was a Crusher, we'd be dead. Tossing the Plague Pot again because it doesn't do anything. Oh, so lucky. Look at this. Wow, that was lucky. Boom, because it destroys the base, so it kills that. So now he doesn't have that 2 extra damage that he should have. Isn't that crazy? Wow, so crazy. But, when you're really efficient, this is what happens. And then just enough damage. Boom. GG. GG. So did we get lucky? Did we get lucky? Yeah, absolutely. We drew the exact card we needed to win this game. But we did have a game plan. We knew what we were trying to do. Get efficient, get enough bases to block the face, and eke out a win. That was the plan, and we did it. So, pretty good. It's not bad at all. But, like I said, aside from not buying that Crusher early, I liked pretty much every other play that Ibean did. So, we can't sit here and say, oh, my opponent made mistakes. That's why we won the game. Like, I think he only made one mistake, but unfortunately, that was the thing that didn't give him enough damage to beat us. So, yeah, And I think, I made probably 2 mistakes throughout the game, but they weren't quite impactful enough for me to lose. And, this is the way luck goes sometimes. Luck can make up for mistakes, but luck can also exacerbate mistakes. And it's hard to know which direction that's going to go. And so This is why scrap is so powerful, because it mitigates the effect of luck. By making your deck more efficient and getting rid of starters, it gives you the opportunity to draw into your better cards more often. It's kind of the goal of the game. And that's how I was able to squeak out a win, is I was able to get my most impactful cards at the time when I needed them most. Um, so you chalk a little bit up to luck for sure, but the game plan was there, right? He was going very aggro, scrap with some bases. I was going scrap with bases. You know, I had a little bit more card draw than he did. He had a little bit more scrap than I did. But the other thing is, I had a little bit more damage than he did and a little bit more face protection than he did. And that's often the end of the game. That determines the game. So, situational awareness is super important, and always making sure that you know where you're at in the game and you're doing everything in your power to not only further your game plan but to counter his. So, thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it. We'll see you.